Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's good to be in the house of worship just one more time here at the First Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. We bring you greetings this morning and we just say happy Fifth Sunday. It's good to be in the house of worship just one more time. Coming to you through YouTube and coming through to you through Facebook. Pray that all is well with you and your family and that God is continuing to bless and shower down upon you. Getting up morning, God, we come to lift up your holy name. God, we come praying, God, for those that have already gone home to glory. We pray for the Floyd family this morning, God. In the senseless killing of George Floyd. And Lord, we know that things happen. But God, it still saddens our heart. So God, we ask that you heal this land. God, we ask that you bless his family, God, that it makes no sense. But God, we know that you are the author and the finisher of all things. Now this morning, God, we ask that you bless this awaiting congregation, God, in this video land. Bless them, God, like you never blessed them before, God. Oh, God, I send up prayers for all those that are sick and shut in, God, and all those that are seeking you right now, God. I ask you, God, that you remember my cousin, Michael Carr, Lord. That you remember Brother Carr, Lord. That you remember him, God. And take him out of his bed of affliction, God. God, I just want to thank you for blessing me, God. Blessing my household, my family, God. Blessing my friends, my job, God. Blessing us. Blessing the First Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. Thank you for blessing my pastor, Richard L. Hall Sr., God. Thank you for blessing all my brothers in the ministry and sisters in the ministry, God. Oh, God, thank you for them, God. Continue to use us, God. Continue to gather. Now, God, this word that you have given me must come through this morning, God. I pray that it reach somebody, God. I pray that it will help go along this way. Continue to bless us. Continue to guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more than anything. Do I have some worshipers out there this morning? Oh, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more than anything. Do I have a witness? Yeah! I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more than anything. I can feel it moving in my spirit. Yes, Lord, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you that I love you more than anything. Yeah. We want to thank Brother Mark Williams Jr. for accompanying us this morning on the piano. You know, there's just something about music that makes everything all right. But I come this morning to give this message because I prayed and I wondered and I pondered and I thought about it. And I believe that, and I'm praying that this message helps somebody out here that is going through right now. But through all that you're going through, know that God still loves you. Know that God has an open eye to everything that is going on. That God will set things in order. So continue to be with him, continue to bless him. Amen. If you have your Bibles this morning, if you have your Bibles, go over to the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, 17th through the 19th verse. I'm reading from the New King James Version of the Bible. And there you'll find these words. Verse 17 says, repay no evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. If possible, as much as depends on you, live peacefully with all men. 19th verse says, beloved, do not avenge yourself, but rather give place to wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Romans, the 12th chapter, 17th through the 19th verse. May the Lord have the blessing for the readers, the hearers, and the doers of his holy word. Taking my text from verse 19, beloved, do not avenge yourself, but rather give place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. For just a little while, I'll give you some crumbs from the table. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. With that being said, in the last several years, we see there has been a multitude of black men dying in our streets of this world. Our black men are dying by one another, but mostly we're dying by the hands of white police officers. My heart hurt this week to see a video that was posted on the most recent death of a black man by a police officer, Mr. George Floyd, whom they've already contained and whom they've already had him in cuffs and had him down on the ground, and yet still found it necessary to put a knee on his neck. To hear this man say, I can't breathe, they're going to kill me. To see innocent bystanders and even a first responder said, let me take his pulse. And they ignored it. And people crying out that he's not responsive and he's not moving anymore. And still yet the officer kept his knee on his neck. When does it stop? Nobody knows, but God has said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Oh, just back recently in February, young man of Aubrey, gunned down while running, while jogging, simply because some folks thought that he was breaking in a house, looking at a construction place that had been built. Video showed that there were many others that went in there and looked at the construction that was going on. But simply because he was black, these things happen. When does it stop? The Lord said, vengeance is mine. Or if we go back to February 26, 2012, a young black man walking home from the store with a bag of Skittles, gunned down by the name of Trayvon Martin. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. In a 6-month span in 2014, 4 separate police killings of African Americans, and it grabbed and finally caught hold to America's attention. It finally caught hold to some people. Eric Gardner, after being put in a chokehold in New York. Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Laquan McDonald in Chicago. And 12-year-old Trayvon Rice in Cleveland. Where does it stop? I know family and friends. I know that in our African American society that we want to take matters into our own hands. I know and I realize today that we're hurt. I realize today that we're suffering. I realize and know that families are torn apart. But I need you to understand and remember one thing that the Lord said. Vengeance is mine. But family and friends, it's time that we trust God. It's time that we allow God to do what he said he was do. It's not time for us to take matters into our own hands. It's time that we be afraid African-American black men. There's times that I'm nervous. I'm afraid. I too have a black son. I too have a 20-year-old son. And I often wonder why he's out working and doing runs at night for what he does in his life, for working for the funeral home. And if he may get stopped, what would happen to him? Would they look at the color of his skin, the clothes that he's wearing, the way his hairstyle? What would happen? So therefore, I have to stay prayed up for all, not only my son, but I stay prayed up for all young African-American black men. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I pray all the time that God will bless them as they go out. But I need to let you know that God is not pleased about what's going on. See, in Romans 12 and 17, he said, repay no evil for evil. God is telling us not to do evil for evil. He said, but have regard for the good things in the sight of all men. I realize it's hard for these families and friends that are going through this to have a good eyesight, to have good sight and believe that there's some good in the people that have done these wrong things. But God is saying, have some sight of all men. And then he lets us know in 18, he said, if possible, as much as depends on you, live peacefully with all men. It's time that we try to get along with not just somebody, not just one or two, but get along with everybody to the best of our ability. See, God is not pleased with the oppression of his people being destroyed in this manner. Amen? When you oppress God's people, he takes vengeance upon those that oppress them. I came to serve you. Notice today that God is still God, and he's God all by himself. I need you to understand that it doesn't help to take matters into your own hand. That yes, I know these people have died. Yes, I know things on, but we've got to learn to trust in God and learn that God is the author and finisher of all things. My heart hurts today to see so many innocent people dying by the hands of police officers. But my heart hurts even more to see so many of us killing one another. My heart hurts to see us dying on the streets and the byways and the highway. But God said, vengeance is mine. He said, beloved, do not anger. Do not avenge yourself. See, we feel that if we take matters into our own hands, that we can make everything all right. We feel that if we handle it, that it's going to be good, that nobody can handle it the way that we can handle it. But I came to serve you and notice that I serve a living God. And I know God can, and I know God will. I know he's able to handle any situation. See, I need you to understand, just as Pharaoh, when you go back to the book of Exodus, just as Pharaoh oppressed God's people, back in Egypt, just as Pharaoh oppressed the Israelites, just as Pharaoh kept them bondage and he wouldn't let them go, and they begin to pray. All you got to do is pray to God. All you got to do is pray. I need somebody out there to start praying. I need us to start praying. It's not too late to pray. It's not too late to call on the name of God. God will take care of the situation, because Israel prayed unto God. And Israel prayed that God sent Moses to tell Moses to let my people go. And when Moses went and told Pharaoh to let them go, Pharaoh's heart got hardened. He didn't want to let them go. One thing happened after another. See, when you trust God to do what it is He has to do in your life, God mine, said the Lord. So if you're thinking about trying to handle it on your own, let me encourage you and give you a word of advice. Let go and let God. I pray you receive something. My heart is sad because I too don't understand why it keep happening to us. But I believe God when He said vengeance is mine. So family, friends, don't take it in your own hands. Let go and let God. Pray you receive something from that. Pray that God will continue to bless you through these hard times and difficult times. I pray that He will grant you all the blessings that you stand in need of. And once again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in with us and sharing a few crumbs from the table with us. But this is First Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church, a little church with a big heart. Come on in and fellowship with us. Come on in and join us on Bible study second Tuesdays and the fourth Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. 6 to 7. Morning worship every Sunday morning. Sunday school starts at 9 a.m. Morning service at 10. We'd be glad to have you to come in and fellowship with us. Once again, we thank you. Praise God. And we ask, Lord, that you will just bless everyone that's watching this video, that they receive something from this, God. Until next time, remember this, we love you. There's nothing you can do about it. In Jesus' name we go pray. God bless you. Stay safe. See you next week. God bless.
Come on, go with me. Come on, go with me. Come on.